guys, it's Julia back with another video. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome to my channel. I am 14 now, so I have been doing makeup but if you guys want more makeup videos, definitely let me know. But I'm gonna shut up and let's start this makeup collection. So this is kind of like my quote-unquote vanity. This is where I usually do my makeup. So over here we kind of have like stuff to do with makeup. I have some Mario Badescu sprays, some toners, makeup removers, setting sprays, a lot of skincare kind of over here. Then here I have my Impressions vanity mirrors, and then in here is kind of just like more junk, like makeup removers, hairbrushes, lots of different chapsticks. Neosporin for some reason is in there too. I have the Real Techniques, the Morphe, and the original beauty blenders over here. Yes, I know my desk, it's very ratchet, but I painted over it because it used to be pink, but then I didn't want it pink anymore. Up here is just a bunch of school stuff, so I'm not gonna go into that. But in this little compartment up here is a lot of skincare stuff. Pretty much all my skincare stuff is right here. Over here is where I keep my makeup brushes. I have lots of makeup brushes. The two back ones are mostly face brushes, and then this compartment up here is eye brushes. Oh my gosh. I just keep them in this little Bath & Body Works bin, so I can just pull it out and bring it wherever I need it. I have a bucket of beauty blenders over here. I like to call this my little beauty corner because I have like a lot of makeup boxes hung up. Here I have this Too Faced makeup book thing. So my first drawer is probably one of my most packed drawers, but in here I keep my primers, concealers, foundations, setting powders, brow stuff, like a ton of things, which is why it's so packed. But over here I have a bunch of my primers. It's kind of unorganized. I have two Wet n Wild ones. I have a ton of like baby Smashbox ones, a Becca one, the Professional one, and then at the bottom I have a mini Urban Decay one, another mini Smashbox, an e.l.f. primer, and a Marc Jacobs primer. So I pulled my primers out just so I could show you guys this more easily. But over here I have my concealers. I have Fenty, Milan, Revolution, Tarte Shape Tape, ColourPop concealer, LA Girl. This is one of my favorite concealers, if you're wondering. It's literally the best dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape ever, and it's like so affordable. I think it's like $7. But honestly, the Kylie one, I just got it, and I kind of got it in the wrong shade, so it's like a little iffy for me, but maybe over the summer I'll be able to use it. Then back here and kind of like tracing over here, I have foundations. I have two Revolution ones. I have the stick one and the doe foot one. The Hello Happy. I really like this foundation. Some Fit Me, e.l.f. I have a Wet n Wild one down there too. But that's pretty much it. My setting powders are kind of scattered around everywhere over here. I have a Laura Mercier one and a Becca one right here. Ciate one, I think it is, right here. And I have a Pretty Vulgar one. I really like this Pretty Vulgar one a lot. And I have the Coty Airspun, Kat Von D, and a bunch of like kind of random ones that I don't use. And then I have some pressed setting powders. I have a Wet n Wild pressed one, Revolution one, Hoola Light I use as a pressed powder. And I have two of the Fit Me pressed powders. And then over here I have all of my brow stuff. So I have tons of brow pencils and brow gels. Then I have the Anastasia dip pomade, and then more Benefit ones, and then this little e.l.f. one too. This random brow thing. But that's pretty much it for this first drawer. So in this next drawer is all of my face palettes. So over here I have all of my Anastasia highlighters. I have Aurora, Moonlight, Sun Dip, and Sugar. Over here I kind of have some random ones. I have this Cover FX one, this Per one, and then one of my favorite contour kits ever, which is the Anastasia one, totally recommend. And then I have the cream one. Over here I have like blush palettes. I have this Morphe one, Realer one, this Smashbox one, this, I don't really know how to say this, but I really like this one anyway. If you want me to go more in depth on any specific drawer, let me know and I will make a video like separately. I have the Marc Jacobs contour thing, which I actually really like. Then I have this blush kit from Anastasia, and I don't think they sell this anymore, but I do like it, so I keep it even though it's probably expired. Then I have this Revolution blush palette, and then I have the Wet n Wild contouring palette, which I actually freaking love this palette. Profusion one, and a Morphe highlighting palette underneath it. The next drawer is single blushers, highlighters, and bronzers. So in the front, I have all of my highlights. I have three Wet n Wild ones, some Benefit ones. I have these drops. I have the Becca mini champagne pop. Then over here, I have three random NYX ones, and then a Steve Lawrence one. Two of these Color FX ones. These three in the middle are more random highlighters and bronzers. And then over here in the middle is my blush drawer. I freaking love this blush. It's the Ciate London one. Oh my god, oh my god. And I just broke my favorite blush. Thank God it didn't break, but this is my favorite blush ever. It's so pretty, and honestly sometimes I'll just rub it on my cheeks like with my fingers and it'll still look super nice. Then over here I have a mini Tarte Amazonian clay one and a mini Becca blush, and then I have a Kylie blush which I actually really like, and then underneath it I have this Revolution one, this MAC one which I also really like, this MAC one, and this Benefit one. Then across over here I have two Milani blushes. One of them is like Luminoso and then the other one is Berry Amore. This is like the one cream blush I have and I actually really like it a lot. Then this other Revolution one, and then another Wet n Wild one. Now for the back, which is the bronzers. I have like 4 different mini Hoola bronzers. I have these 3 mini ones, and then the mini one which is right here. Then I have a mini Too Faced one, a big Too Faced one, a NYX one, butter bronzer, Revolution, and an e.l.f. one. Then over here again I have the 3 Hoola ones, and then this Aesthetica one, a Kylie one, and in the very back I have a Smashbox one. I don't know if you can see it. Then I have a Liquid Bare Minerals one, and here I just have this white LA Girl foundation because it couldn't fit with my foundations, but it's more for like SFX type things. And then I have a Revolution highlight palette and a Revolution bronzer palette, Smashbox contour sticks. Next drawer is my lippy drawer. I have so many freaking lip products, it's like insane. But this thing used to be way more organized and then it just kept growing and growing and growing. Over here on this side, it's kind of just like a bunch of minis. I have a Kylie lip kit in the back, and then 2 lip palettes, and then over here is just a ton of like 2B clear lip glosses. Most of them are clear, I'm pretty sure. This random one. And then over here, I'm pretty sure it used to be those were drugstore and those were high ends, but clearly it got mixed up. I need to like find a new reorganization. So then in this last tiny drawer is kind of like my base eye makeup things. So I have a ton of lashes. All of my lashes are like over here and they scroll to like the back, so everything behind here is lashes. Over in this compartment it's a lot of lash glues, eyeliner, I have this lash curler, then I have way more black eyeliners back there, Urban Decay eyeshadow primer, then I have like 2 of these Huda things. This drawer is where I kind of just throw all my eyeliners, my eyeshadow primers, and my liquid glitters and stuff. Then over here I have all my single shadows, and then over here are all of my mascaras. Mascaras by far are one of my favorite things to put on. So that's pretty much it for this drawer, and this next drawer is all of my eyeshadow palettes. I just recently reorganized this, so this is probably the most organized drawer I actually have. But in the back I have the Per Festival and the Festival 2.0, the Rose Gold Huda palette. This one is such an old palette, but it's kind of like a keepsake palette. It's the Too Faced Best Year Ever 2018 one. Yate London palette, and then there's 2 Ace Beauty palettes right here, and then there's the Suva Beauty Prodigy palette. Then I have this Siesta Thunder palette from Dominique Cosmetics, I think. Then this Revolution palette, and then this Violet Voss palette, and then 2 of the Too Faced palettes. I have the Bonbon one and the Milk Chocolate one. This BoxyCharm palette. Then I have these 2 thinner ones. There's a MAC one and a London Cosmetics one, I think it is. And then there's these 2 baby palettes, Natasha Denona one and a Dose of Colors one. Funny story, so like my mic cut out for the rest of the video, so the rest of the video is going to be a voiceover. Then over here there's 2 of the Kylie Cosmetics palettes right there, and these 2 random palettes that I don't really use that much. Then I have the Too Faced Chocolate Chip palette, an Artist Couture palette, and this limited edition Blink palette. Then over here I have all of my Tarte palettes. I have the Rainforest of the Sea Volume 3 one, the Man-Eater palette, which is like my first high-end palette, the Tartelette in Bloom, and the Tartelette Toasted. Then over here I kind of have some long palettes that I don't really reach for that much and use that much. So the bottom 2 drawers, I actually don't use them for makeup because I need more space for my clothes, so this is the last makeup drawer. But this drawer is kind of meant to hold like all of my really big palettes, or all the palettes that I kind of have like a collection of, so if it's like more than 1 palette from the same brand, you know. Over here I have a bunch of Revolution, like these chocolate palettes. They're like super cool and I love the packaging for them. They're lit. Then I have this super swag Storybook Cosmetics palette, which pretty much they make their like palettes into like fairy tale books. And right next to it I have the Too Faced like body glitter thing, and then underneath it I have a Profusion Sienna's palette. Underneath that Sienna palette I have the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette, and underneath that one I have the original Jaclyn Hill palette. And over here I have all of my Anastasia palettes. I have Subculture, Soft Glam, Modern Renaissance, and Rivera in my collection. Then I have my Juvia's Place palettes. I have the Warrior 3 and the Zulu one. And underneath those I have my Sylvia Gainey palette, which if you don't know, I freaking love Sylvia Gainey, and as soon as she launched this palette I had to get it, and I love that color right there. It's so freaking pretty. And behind those ones I have the Take Me Back to Brazil palette from BH and this Heavy Metal palette from Five Below. And underneath those I have the repackaged 35B palette from Morphe, and they repackaged it with Lisa Frank, and as a kid I loved your stickers, so you know I had to buy me, and I didn't even have the original 35B, which is why I got it to begin with. Then at the very bottom, and the last thing I'm talking about today, is the James Charles palette. I swear if you don't have this palette, like what are you doing? It's so good, it's affordable, it has literally every single color you would need. You can use it as a beginner, and if you do makeup professionally, it's literally the best palette, and I use it all the time, and that's not even me sucking James Charles ass. It's literally so good. So this is my outro. Don't really know what I'm saying in it, but if you enjoyed this video, make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe, and let me know if you guys want me to make more videos or go more in depth on any specific drawer, because I could talk about makeup for freaking hours. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. It really does mean a lot. I love you guys. Mwah. Peace out.